Well, it is heating up in the state of Georgia as both Senate candidates prepare for this rematch, this runoff election that will happen on Tuesday, December 6th. Joining me live to talk more about the runoff election, Cliff Albright, co-founder and executive director of Black Voters Matter Fund, and Republican strategist John Feehery, live from Washington this morning. To you both, thank you for being here. Cliff, let me start with you. How important are Black voters in determining this Georgia runoff Senate seat?
Yeah, good morning to you. I mean, we know that Black voters are very important. We know that Black voters were important 2 years ago, the last time that the Senate race was in a runoff, and we saw historic turnout. And we know that Black voters are going to be important during this runoff. This is going to be all about turnout in Georgia. Black voters are the base of Democratic turnout. And so, Black voters will ultimately be a key part of deciding, along with other demographics, obviously, Brown turnout and AAPI turnout and young voter turnout is going to be important. But again, Black voters really make up the base of what this Senate runoff is going to look like.
Right. So they've got to reach their base. But, John, they've also got to reach that movable middle, which clearly neither candidate did ahead of the election a couple of weeks ago. So ahead of December 6th, what do they need to do to not only energize their base, but to reach out to people who didn't vote for them the first time around?
Well, it seems to me, from Herschel Walker's perspective, he's got to figure out those folks who voted for Senator Warnock, but also voted for Governor Brian Kemp. That is the critical delta for Herschel Walker. Why did they not find either Stacey Abrams or Herschel Walker credible in running for office? And how does he make them decide that they have so much at stake that they've got to vote for him? So, yeah, African-American voters are going to be very important, but also voters who are those swing voters who voted for Kemp but voted against Herschel Walker. And the key here is that Republicans have to be unified. Donald Trump and Kemp voters have to unify. And one thing that's happened is that Brian Kemp has given his voter list to the Warnock campaign. To the Walker campaign, and that hopefully will help them do the outreach. Because in these types of off-year elections, or not special elections, you need to make sure that you get the turnout, because there's not going to be that level of excitement there was for other campaigns.
Cliff, how important is a Brian Kemp endorsement, and even furthermore, a Donald Trump endorsement in this campaign for Herschel Walker? Does that make or break him?
Well, I don't know what it's going to do in terms of his side and his voters. I can tell you what it's going to do in terms of the other side. I think that's going to add an extra level of energy. The same way how in 2020 when Trump, as well as Pence, decided to come to Georgia, not once, not twice, but I think 3 or 4 times. And we actually welcomed that, because every time he came, what it did was drive up Black voter enthusiasm. And I predict that his announcement that he's going to run the other day, that's going to have the same impact. And so, all I can say is that I know how our voters are going to respond to that. But what I also want us to keep in mind is that we're facing some structural challenges because of the voter suppression bill that was passed last year, which was designed specifically for a runoff election like this. They reduced the number of days, the number of weeks that are available for the runoff. They reduced the number of days of early voting. They made it impossible for us to register new voters. All of those were things that helped us in the 2020 runoff. They designed the voter suppression bill specifically for a situation like this.
Wow, so a lot to keep track of to make sure that people have access to being part of this election in December. John, I'm going to give you the final thoughts here. Democrats already have control of the Senate. Broader speaking, how important is the Senate race in Georgia on the political landscape?
Well, listen, 6 years is a long time for a senator, and that race is going to be extremely important. Whoever holds it is going to be a senator for a long time. And, for the next election, that could get you closer to getting a lot of big things done for whoever is going to be in charge. So, yeah, this is important. Losing Georgia last time was devastating for Republicans. Getting up to 50-50 for a variety of reasons will be very good for Republicans if Herschel Walker is able to win it.
Cliff Albright and John Feehery, to you both this morning. Thank you. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And again, that special election, the runoff in Georgia for that Senate seat, December 6th. Coming up here on. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.